Hello, my incisive friends, and welcome back to Alien Protocols. Let's talk about some interesting historic UFO cases. This first one is from 2,200 years ago, from 2018 BC, from the Roman historian um, Titus Livius. And he spoke about shining ships coming down from the sky. They danced in the clouds, danced in the sky, back and forth, and then flew back up into the sky. In 76 BC, Pliny the Elder speaks about an event where sparks flew off of the sun and they came to Earth. They grew to the size and shape of the moon. They hovered and flew back and forth and round in circles and then flew back to the sun. 74 BC, Plutarch describes a battle between the Romans, um, Lucilius, and the Persian Mithridates. And there was a sky burst in the middle of the battle, and the craft flew between the armies. It was shaped like a wine jar and had the color of molten silver. 329 AD, Alexander the Great crossing the Indus River to a battle. Shining, flaming, silvery shields repeatedly dove on the troops, scaring the horses and elephants. 2 years later, attacking a Venetian fort, two craft appeared, a ray of light hit the city walls, and Alexander stormed, and they took the city. 1561, the Nuremberg battle in the sky with incredible descriptions of lasers and two main types of craft, the crosses and the tubes, and they're releasing orbs that fight each other, and the blue tubes only emit the light red spheres. And near the end of the battle, a double giant black double arrow craft entered, and it was spraying liquid on the crashed craft from the battle. Very similar incident happened 1566 AD in Basel, Switzerland. This is just 5 years later. Very similar events described. 1639, Massachusetts Governor John Winthrop saw a boiling, glowing sphere, 3 yards square. It flew above the river and went back and forth up the river for an hour. They were on a boat going down the river, and somehow they ended up back where they had started, back at their starting point. 1803, Otsubuni, the famous Japanese case where the top of the UFO that floated from the sea was red and it had windows in it, and the bottom had brazen plates. It had windows, a woman with a box, and this is something you never hear. She was 1 yard tall. That's very small. Symbols on the craft, very reminiscent of Rendlesham. 1896, the Oakland airship, two large lights. One of them had a big spotlight that went back and forth, witnessed for days. There are so many of these great cases, so many airships. The flying cigars, ghost rockets. What do you guys think?